Okay, so we are live. We have a few people here in our webinar format. Folks can unmute themselves. We're also on YouTube currently streaming as well. I'm going to mute myself and let the wonderful Patrick take over.
All right, thanks, Jess. Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Maubert, he, him pronouns, and I am one of the directors on the board of Halifax Pride. Very excited to have this, our first nighttime meditation with Lynn Fraser. Uh, Before we get going with the meditation itself, I would like just to remind us all that here at Halifax Pride, we acknowledge that this gathering and the Halifax Pride Festival take place in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship with Wabanaki peoples. We are all treaty people. As well, Halifax Pride is dedicated to providing space that is accessible, inclusive, and free from oppression, harassment, and discrimination. In this space, we will treat each other with respect and dignity, regardless of age, race, gender expression, gender identity, sexual orientation, levels of ability, and all our other diverse identities. And lastly, Halifax Pride stands in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement to end police brutality and violence against Black communities across North America. African Nova Scotians and Black people have the right to live free from oppression, violence, and systemic marginalization. Thank you and welcome. And I'll turn it over for a lovely nighttime meditation to Lynn Fraser.
Well, thank you, Patrick. And thank you to Halifax Pride for having me here. I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to do a guided practice. So it's a relaxation practice that you could do lying down. And if you're in bed, that would be fine too. When we do a relaxation practice, we want to have our body relaxed and comfortable. And when we do a practice during the day, we often are trying to not go to sleep. But as we do this nighttime practice, it might be actually kind of fun or kind of really delicious to go to sleep during the practice and just let yourself go right to sleep after this. So feel free to do that if you think that that might work for you. The particular practice that we're working with is called the Blue Star meditation. It's working with the energy field in the body. So start by noticing that. You could tune into the sensations in your whole body from head to toes. Notice what that feels like. What does the space that your body is occupying, what's going on in that space? So part of what's going on is that we have sensations. We have the air on our skin. We have the clothes on our skin. We have digestion going on maybe, or oftentimes we have tight shoulders and neck. We have breathing and the movement of our body with the breath, as well as that flow of air through the nostrils. So when we first tune in to do a practice, a relaxation practice or a meditation, that's the first thing that we do is really notice what's going on in your physical body right now. And get yourself comfortable so that you could really enjoy this relaxation practice. One of the ways that trauma operates is that we disconnect from ourselves. And anyone who's in this community and has experienced what it's like to be an outsider. I'm a lesbian. I came out in the 1970s, so it was a lot different then than it is now. But everybody who is in some group who's either hated or dehumanized or discriminated against has a lot of disconnection often. And so when we do a meditation practice, part of that is to really tune in and become connected with ourselves so that we can kind of feel what it's like to be in our body, feel like what it's like to breathe and to relax our body, to let our nervous system settle. So the work that I do is with people with trauma. And one of the things that happens when we've had threat or fear, abuse, neglect as children primarily, but also as we begin to have a sense of our gender identity, our sexual orientation, is that often we feel like an outsider. And often we have some real external pressure and discrimination against ourselves. But we also internalize what that might be like from the culture around us. We internalize other people's ideas about who we are. And often that will turn into kind of an inner toxic environment. One of the main things that we do is to be kind, to learn how to be on our own side, to be compassionate, and to give ourselves a break. And during a relaxation practice, one of the really concrete ways that we can do that is to pay attention to our body, our breath, and the thoughts in our mind. And one of the things that happens as we are learning meditation, some of you might be more new to it, and some of you, I'm sure, have lots of experience with it, is that we really get to know what it is that's going on in our mind. And we can feel how that tenses up our body, or when we start to relax our mind, it starts to relax our body as well. So notice the whole space that your body is occupying, head to toes. We'll go into the practice now. I like to talk for a few minutes at the beginning, partly so that we can set the stage and the context, but also partly so that you can take that time to get yourself really comfortable. You need a pillow or a blanket or something like that, you could get it, or maybe you want to move your body around a little bit and then settle. So this is intended to be something really good for us and something we'll enjoy. So to give yourself that opportunity. And one of the ways that we might begin this is to bring our attention to the back of the body, to notice the back of your head, back of your neck and shoulders, the whole of your upper back, and let yourself really settle into the support that you have. So maybe you're leaning back in a chair, or you're lying on the floor or a bed, or even if you're sitting, to let yourself really be supported in that. And if you're supported through the back of your body, you literally don't have to have any holding or tension. We can let go of that bracing that we do. It's pretty difficult to move about in the world even before COVID-19. So we tend to kind of get ready and we brace ourselves, and we could come during a practice like this to really soften all of that up. When we bring our attention to the back of the body and the back of the arms as well, back of the legs, that helps to remind us that right now we don't have anything else to do. We're doing a resting practice. So we bring our mind in from other times, other places, and we settle our attention. And notice the forehead and eyebrows. You could let that soften. Either have your eyes closed or your gaze soft, so that your activity in your brain can settle. And notice your mouth and jaw. Many people clench their teeth. So loosen up the hinges of your jaw. Let your tongue rest in the floor of your mouth. And if you're clenching your teeth at all, put a bit of space between the upper jaw and lower jaw so your teeth aren't touching top to bottom. Let your whole face and mouth be relaxed. Come down through your throat. Relax your vocal cords, collarbones, down through your chest. And as we're getting into the chest and the stomach area, we're getting into the body breathing. So you could really notice how your body is moving with your breath. And our bodies are meant to really nourish well when we're breathing diaphragmatically. And what that feels like in the body is, as we're breathing out, the belly is moving back to the spine. So the belly softens, especially the lower belly. And as we're breathing out, the belly kind of expands or lifts. So we could get into kind of a wave-like rhythm with that. Just notice your breath. And notice how your body moves as you're breathing. So the whole rest of your body might be still, but there's movement with the breath. And as you're exhaling, there's a natural relaxation that happens. So let yourself align with that natural rest. Just let yourself soften as you breathe out. And bring your mind in from other times, other places. Let your attention be settled in this moment in time. One of the things that always happens with the mind is that thoughts go through the mind. And as much as possible, we withdraw our attention from external thoughts. And part of that is training. The mind gets a little bit more cooperative as we train and get more skilled at this. But part of it is just the nervous system generates a lot of thoughts, the primitive brain. And it's the nature of the mind to wander. So we might be reviewing things that happened earlier in the day or what's going to happen later. So it's the nature of the mind to do that. And one of the things that we do in a meditation practice is we give it something else to do. When the mind has something to focus on, it tends to go along with that a little bit more than if we're just completely silent. So this practice that we're going to do is called the blue star. Now, if you have a visual mind, if you can visualize a blue-white star, that brilliant light of the star, then you could do a visual. We're going to go through 61 points in the body, starting with the eyebrow center. If you don't have a visual mind, though, and that blue-white star, the blue star doesn't really come naturally, don't worry about it. Some of us have more of a kinesthetic sense, a sense of a vibration, or maybe just to bring your attention to that location. As I go through, just go from one part to the next, to the next. And let your attention be really soft and focused. Usually we try to do these with the brain really alert and the body really soft and relaxed. But if you wanted to let your mind go to sleep, since it's almost bedtime for a lot of us, that would be fine too. So bring your attention to the whole space of your body from head to toes. Notice that there's a energy field in that space. We might be feeling really agitated or irritated. We might be feeling very calm. But we can sense the energy in our body when we tune in to that space. And start with the eyebrow center, that space just behind the forehead, just above the eyebrows. And I'll just say the name, the location. Just let your attention go from one place to the next, either working with that brilliant blue-white light of the blue star or the energy or just that sense of putting your attention in that location. Eyebrow center, blue star. Throat center, blue star. Right shoulder joint, blue star. Right elbow joint, blue star. Right wrist joint, blue star. Tip of the right thumb, blue star. Tip of the right index finger, blue star. Tip of the right middle finger, blue star. Tip of the right ring finger, blue star. Tip of the right little finger, blue star. Right wrist joint, blue star. Right elbow joint, blue star. Right shoulder joint, blue star. Throat center, blue star. Left shoulder joint, blue star. Left elbow joint, blue star. Left wrist joint, blue star. Tip of the left thumb, blue star. Tip of the left index finger, blue star. Tip of the left middle finger, blue star. Tip of the left ring finger, blue star. Tip of the left little finger, blue star. Left wrist joint, blue star. Left elbow joint, blue star. Left shoulder joint, blue star. Throat center, blue star. Heart center, blue star. Right nipple, blue star. Heart center, blue star. Left nipple, blue star. Heart center, blue star. Navel center, blue star. Lower abdomen, blue star. Right hip joint, blue star. Right knee joint, blue star. Right ankle joint, blue star. Tip of the right little toe, blue star. Tip of the next toe, blue star. Tip of the right middle toe, blue star. Tip of the next toe, blue star. Tip of the right big toe, blue star. Right ankle joint, blue star. Right knee joint, blue star. Right hip joint, blue star. Lower abdomen, blue star. Left hip joint, blue star. Left knee joint, blue star. Left ankle joint, blue star. Tip of the left little toe, blue star. Tip of the next toe, blue star. Tip of the left middle toe, blue star. Tip of the next toe, blue star. Tip of the left big toe, blue star. Left ankle joint, blue star. Left knee joint, blue star. Left hip joint, blue star. Lower abdomen, blue star. Navel center, blue star. Heart center, blue star. Throat center, blue star. Eyebrow center, blue star. And then bring your awareness back to your whole entire body with the 61 points, the blue stars in your body. Notice the energy in that container, the space that your body is occupying. And then bring your attention to your heart center. And let the beautiful blue-white star, the light of the star, radiate out from the heart center through your whole entire body, filling the whole space with light. Let yourself rest, totally immersed in that light. Your body relaxed, your breath soft. Let your mind be focused and still. Even if your mind wandered the whole time, we still have about 2 minutes. So you could let your mind really settle. Enjoy the feeling in your body from head to toes, that light radiating from the heart center. Pay attention to your body. Notice your whole body, head to toes. The light filling up all the cells of your brain, your eyes, all the way down through your body, out your fingertips, your toes. And if you're already in bed, you could just let this go off and stay there. If you plan to get up and do something else, though, take your time. It's really helpful to take at least a minute or so, or maybe more. So roll over onto your left side if you're lying down. Bend your knees and support your head with your arm. And bring your attention to the flow of air in your right nostril. Let the whole right side of your body kind of activate. We're going to move into more active sitting position in a minute. But before you do, just notice what it feels like to have changed position. Take your time. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. If you're going off to sleep, you could just leave them closed. Notice your breath again. Notice the rhythm of your breath and the movement of your body with your breath. And know that you can come back to this anytime. Relax your body and your breath. Let your mind settle. So thank you for being here for this. There's several more nighttime meditations. There's ones in the daytime, all the other programming that's going on. Thank you very much for being here. Good night.